You love them, that's not the question. The question is love enough? And if it's not, how do you leave someone your heart still wants? This is the question nobody teaches you to answer. Because we're taught that love conquers all, that if you love them enough, it'll work. That real love doesn't give up, but that's not true. Sometimes love isn't the problem. Sometimes love is all you have, and it's still not enough. In the next minutes, I'm going to show you how to leave. Not because you stopped loving them, but because you finally loved yourself. Let's start with the hardest truth. Love is not enough. You can love someone completely and still be incompatible. You can love someone deeply and still be unhappy. You can love someone truly and still need to leave. Here's what most people don't understand about leaving. It's not always about betrayal or abuse or falling out of love. Sometimes it's about values that don't align. They want children. You don't. They want to stay in this city. You need to leave. They're not ready to grow. You can't stop. These aren't failures of love. They're incompatibilities that love can't fix. Research from the Gottman Institute shows that 69% of relationship conflicts are perpetual. They never get resolved. They're based on fundamental differences. And love doesn't change fundamentals. So, you're left with this. You love them. But love is not enough to build a life on, not when the foundation is incompatible. And staying because you love them isn't love. It's fear. Now let's talk about why you haven't left yet. Guilt. You feel guilty for leaving someone who loves you. Someone who hasn't done anything wrong enough. Someone who's trying. Someone who would be devastated. You can picture their face when you tell them. The confusion, the hurt, the betrayal they'll feel, and your empathy screams, "How can I do this to them?" But here's what guilt is actually telling you. Guilt is the price you pay for not disappointing others, even when staying is destroying you. Psychologist Harriet Lerner writes about this in The Dance of Anger. Women especially socialize to prioritize others' feelings over their own truth. So, you stay, not because you want to, but because leaving feels selfish. And here's the cruelest part. The longer you stay, the more you resent them, not for what they did, but for what you sacrificed to avoid hurting them. You start resenting them for your own choice, and that resentment poisons what's left, until the love you are trying to preserve gets destroyed by your staying anyway. So, how do you actually leave? Not theoretically, practically. Step 1. Secure your logistics first. This sounds cold. It's not. It's necessary. Before you tell them, where will you live? How will finances separate? What belongs to who? If you live together, have your next place lined up. If you share accounts, know how you'll separate them. If you have shared possessions, decide what you need. This isn't cruel. This is self-protection. Because in the moment of leaving your resolve will weaken. They'll cry. They'll promise change. They'll beg for one more chance. And if you don't have logistics secured, you'll stay another round, not because it's right, but because leaving feels too complicated. Step 2. Tell someone your plan, not for permission, for accountability. Tell a friend, "I'm leaving on Saturday." Make it real by saying it out loud. Research on behavioral commitment shows that telling someone your intention increases follow-through by 65%. Because now it's not just in your head, it's in the world. Step 3. Prepare what you'll say. Write it down, not a speech, just the core truth. I love you. And I need to leave. This isn't working for me anymore. We want different things. Keep it simple. Keep it true. Don't explain more than necessary. Because in the moment, your brain will want to soften it, to explain, to make it easier for them. And every explanation becomes a negotiation, a debate, a reason they can argue against. Now let's talk about the actual conversation. Choose a time when you won't be interrupted, not in public, not before they have to work, not when they're already stressed. This deserves privacy. When you tell them, don't cushion it too much. I need to talk to you about something difficult, then say it. I've decided I need to leave this relationship. Not I think maybe we should ... single quotes not I'm not sure but ... single quotes decided. Because if you present it as still undecided ... they'll try to change your mind. And they might succeed. They will cry. Let them. They will ask for another chance. Say no. They will ask what they did wrong. Tell them. This isn't about blame. We're incompatible. They will say they'll change. Tell them, I don't want you to change. I want us to be free. And then, you leave, that day, not next week. Not after you figure things out, that day. Because staying just a few more days becomes a few more weeks, becomes never leaving at all. Here's what happens after you leave. You will grieve. Not because you made the wrong choice, but because you made a necessary one. And necessary doesn't mean painless. You can grieve someone you chose to leave. They will text you. Don't respond. They will call. Don't answer. They will say they understand now. They don't. They understand you're gone. That's different from understanding why. Block them, not forever, but for now. Research on breakup recovery shows that no contact accelerates healing by 40%. Because every contact restarts the grief cycle. Lean on your people, the ones who know why you left. Write what you're feeling. Not to send to them, for you, to remember why you left. Because your brain will play tricks. It will show you highlight reels, the good moments, the potential, the love that was real, and you'll think, maybe I made a mistake. You didn't. You left because love wasn't enough, and it still isn't. Here's what you need to know about leaving someone you love. It doesn't mean you didn't love them. It means you loved yourself more. And that's not selfish. That's survival. The first month is hell. The second month is hard. The third month, you start to remember who you were. The things you stopped doing. The dreams you put aside. The version of yourself that got lost. You're not leaving them. You're coming back to you. And 6 months from now, you won't regret leaving. You'll regret not leaving sooner, because you'll realize love was never the problem, compatibility was. And you can't love someone into being right for you. Leaving someone you love ... is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. And one of the most necessary. More on choosing yourself next time.